I step in the cage, ready to throw. Adrenaline rushing, feeling that flow. Champions fall under the glow. I'm the king, letting them know. Fight night, the lights, they gleam. A warrior's dream, hear the crowd scream. And the ring is all real.
What's going on, guys? It is Troy back with MMA, Mux MMA Talk. It is Brian joining me again. Booyah, Brian, boom. And and we're gonna be doing our votes and predictions on
for UFC 314.
314 Volkanovski versus Lopez. I cannot wait for this fight. It is gonna be exciting, Ryan. What do we think?
I know you're so excited for the early prelims. You don't care about these title fights or anything.
Oh yeah, these fights suck. Hey, my boy
Nobody wants to see
Volk.
Volkanovski.
Don't talk about my boy like that. So, getting into this, we're gonna start with the bottom. Yair Rodriguez versus Patricio Pitbull.
He doesn't have a picture for some reason, but
Well,
maybe they'll add one.
This is his debut. This is his debut fight
Oh, yeah.
versus a top-ranked featherweight fighter, Yair Rodriguez. Like, this guy's like that. 16-5. Last fight, loss. He's number 5. He's number 5 right now in the featherweight division. So Patricio Pitbull coming in. From what I've seen, Patricio I think he's coming to the UFC at 37 years old. He's 37. He was a Bellator champion, which is a different fighting competition to the UFC. It's like, I would say it's like your minor leagues in a way, but like you still get great viewership and great money. So no hate on those guys. Those guys still do their work and get great fighters. But looking at this, I haven't seen much on Patricio before. I want to say Yair probably will win this by knockout, second round.
I mean, there's a lot of things to look at here. Obviously, Pitbull, former champ, as you said, in Bellator / Ryzen, whatever you want to call it. But at the same token, like you said, it is also It's not the UFC. It's a completely different competition. The other thing is, younger fighter wins like 65% of the time. Yair Rodriguez, 5 years younger. He's also taller by 5 inches, and he has 6 inches of reach on Pitbull. So it's not going to be an easy one for Patricio, but maybe. You never know. He does have more experience on Yair, so that's
37 years old. 37 years old. You never
more fights.
This is something that people need to understand about the UFC and just fighting in general. Anybody can win. Anything can happen at any second of every
Look
fight.
at Ben Askren.
Look at Ben Askren.
That guy was not that great.
Ooh, take that. Bro was fit. Bro, Ben Askren, coming from Bellator as well, was 15-0. 15-0. Talking about he's like one of the best to ever come out of Bellator. Comes into UFC, wins his first fight by lucky ref decision from bulldog choke. And then you look at his last 2 fights that were in the UFC, gets knocked out in the fastest time ever in a fight. 5 seconds, knee to the face. Needs to be going for a takedown at the beginning of the round. For what? For what? Who does that? Not a person. And then he goes against one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters in the UFC, and then gets submitted in the 4th round, I want to say.
And then retires.
What is your predictions? Knockout, submission, decision? What are we giving it, Brian?
Okay, so it's a featherweight bout. I'm thinking knockout, because you think of dudes like oh man, what is his name? Whoever's top ranked, or whoever was the champion in Ilia Topuria.
Ilia Topuria. Yeah, well,
guys like him. He's a boxer,
Mhm.
and I feel like once you get to featherweight and above, Well, actually, I don't want to say that, but let's just say featherweight for now. I feel like I'm seeing more on their feet rather than going to the ground, and I think
Yeah.
that's not going to change here. I think these guys are more on their feet than they are submission artists per se,
Well, I
or
would definitely
jiu-jitsu.
say that for Yair. Like Yair,
Yeah,
he's known for his knockouts, especially the one on Korean Zombie, which is another former UFC fighter retired. His last fight was with Max Holloway back in the day. But Yair, like this is probably gonna go down as one of the Hall of Fame fights in the UFC. Bloody brawl. It is 5 seconds left in the last round. He goes in. Uh, Korean Zombie goes in. He's punching at him. Who. Yair ducks, elbows upwards, knocks him out clean, clean, and I mean Korean just. Did you see that?
yeah,
Yeah, just straight knocked out.
yeah, yeah.
but second round knockout Yair. Now we look at Geoff Neal versus Carlos Parates. Why can I not let this go downwards? This works. All right, cool. We're just not gonna let that happen. Um, Brian, predictions?
For which one? What are we looking at? Still same thing.
Geoff Neal. No, Carlos Parates.
That fight got canceled.
Oh,
Told
it
you that.
did.
Yeah. That
Yes.
is not a fight anymore. I mean,
Breaking
they're gonna reschedule
news.
Paredes for sure because a lot of people like Paredes,
Yeah.
but
Breaking
so we'll have to wait on
news.
that.
Geoff Neal, I think what a sprain. Yeah, I think he got a sprain on his ankle or something like that. But most likely they're gonna find another fighter for Carlos. So skipping, we're gonna go to
Bryce
Bryce
Mitchell.
Mitchell, quite controversial guy, versus Gene Silva. Gene Silva's not a bad
One
fighter.
of the
15-2.
fighting nerds in the UFC.
Yes. So we look at Bryce Mitchell 5'10", 17-3 versus 5'7", 15-2 with an inch, only an inch in arm reach, but in legs he's taller, so his leg reach is gonna be 4 inches above his. So Bryce, he's a great fighter. That dude's he's pretty good, man. Like even though he can punch, but like his jiu-jitsu game and wrestling game is really good. Like I was watching highlights from him and like in his training camp, and he trains pretty good. What you thinking?
I mean, yeah, Bryce Mitchell, 17-3. Um, you better stop that, boy. So Bryce Mitchell, 17-3. So obviously, I mean, the stats show it. He's obviously a great fighter, but I think John Silva's gonna wipe the floor with him.
Gene Silva?
Gene Silva, yeah, I think he's gonna knock him out. Round 2,
You think?
halfway in, I think,
You
whoosh,
you
overhead.
you think you think he gets slumped again and just
Yeah, I think exactly. Yeah,
spazzes out? Okay.
I think. Yep, that's my prediction.
I'm
Whether it
the
happens, we'll have to see. April 12th.
I'm gonna have to disagree here. I'm gonna go Bryce Mitchell submission round 2. I'm going submission round 2, Bryce Mitchell. But I do think first 2 rounds are gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close. I think Gene's gonna come out like looking to you know what I mean? He's gonna be going out there and just trying to throw it out, and then Bryce is just gonna.
I think you're gonna owe me $500 whenever Gene Silva does knock him out.
$500 bet.
Yep, you heard it here.
You guys heard it here. Mark the words. Bryce Mitchell is winning. All right, Michael Chandler versus Patty Pimblett, the 23-9 fighter coming from Bellator as well. A bunch of Bellator guys here. Michael Chandler absolutely blows coming into the UFC. This guy sucks so bad, but in Bellator, absolutely destroyed, was top of his game as well. But like the only reason he's getting fights like these anymore, he's an exciting fighter. He's an exciting fighter. That's why. This is literally why. He only gets top 5 fighters in the UFC because he's exciting. Like, no, this dude loses all the time.
But
Give
he is, dude. I mean, like every single fight he has is interesting and it's awesome.
Okay, all right, understandable. But Patty Pimblett, we're looking at Patty Pimblett. Who? What is? What, I want to know what you think. What are you thinking here? This is gonna be hard for me. I don't know. I don't. I don't know who to
Okay,
pick.
I think let me start off by saying this: no matter what, it's gonna be an awesome fight. That is guaranteed. Like this is the fight to have, other than obviously Volkanovski Lopez. But this is the fight. It's a good card that
Oh
we
yeah.
got, a good lineup.
Oh yeah.
But I don't see a world where Chandler wins this because one, again, like I said, Patty Pimlett's the younger fighter. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And two, like you just said, Chandler's middle name is Loser. Dude just loses. All right, he doesn't win. I mean, he beat the two
Tony
wins he has in the
Ferguson.
UFC. Yeah, Old Man Ferguson, and then the other one was Dan Hooker, which is like, yeah, I guess congrats, but
Yeah, dude, I love Dan Hooker though. Like, he's such a good fighter. Dude, I don't know. I low key want to give Michael Chandler this win. Like I feel like Michael Chandler takes down Paddy Pimblett. Like I think he takes down Paddy Pimblett and might pummel him on the ground, maybe even submission. Like I think it could possibly be submission win. But I don't know.
it could possibly be anything. But I don't see a world
This
where that
this
happens.
is a whole like this fight here can go either way. Like it could Chandler could catch him crazy, Patty could catch him crazy. Chandler submission, Patty maybe submission. I don't know if he's good on ground.
Well, okay. On one hand, it's like I think Patty Pimlet's going to be the better fighter going into it, but also he I mean, he hasn't had like that many fights against like high like ranked in the middleweight or whatever they are, you lightweight.
Who I thought he just
So
fought
you know,
somebody that was pretty good, didn't he?
King Green, but that guy's old.
Yeah,
He had a submission against him.
he
That was
did.
the
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
And he beat Tony Ferguson by decision, which I mean, old man Ferguson again. I mean,
Ferguson, oh my gosh, you guys don't even understand Ferguson in this prime. Khabib Nurmagomedov versus him was the prime fight in the making. This was COVID during COVID, where this was the only sport having like anything, and they had fights. They were having fights like, and it was insane. But every time that they would set up, they had 4 tries they tried to set up Khabib Nurmagomedov versus Tony Ferguson. Which, in context, if you guys don't know who Khabib is, he is a fighter that what is he? What is he? 20-0 in the UFC.
29-1.
20? No, he didn't lose. Khabib never lost.
You're right. Never mind. I don't know what I'm thinking
Khabib
of.
undefeated in the lightweight division, but fought like literally trash
Oh yeah,
cans.
29-0. I
29 and
was
0.
right
He was
there. I was
29 and
right.
0 in the UFC. Actually related to the lightweight champion. Who is it, Brian? Lightweight champion. Bro, are you serious right now?
I can't
Islam.
even say his name. It's
Islam.
sacrilegious, man.
Islam.
We do not want no Magomedovs here, buddy.
I'm not
Too
a
many of
fan.
them.
I'm not a fan of these Dagestanis. Sit him 2-3 year Dagestan.
Yeah.
The best fighter of all time. I don't believe. I never believe. I will die on that grave. I do not believe. But Khabib and Tony were the fight to make because Tony was just going through everybody, going on an insane run, and then I think he tore his ACL and then never got to fight Khabib because he retired. And after that, bro could not fight ever again. Like
Yeah, it was bad.
it's bad. But going back to this, I I do like Michael. I like Michael Chandler and Patty. Like I like both of them. They're both really like funny people. Um, I'm giving it Michael Chandler. I don't know which way it wins, but I want to just say Michael Chandler. I think Michael Chandler wins this fight.
I think you're wrong. Actually, I don't think you're wrong. I know you're wrong. And
You know?
because listen, Chandler fights in the UFC like Dricus Duplessis does, where he just kind of throws shots and hopes that it works. Except the difference is that it works for Duplessis for somehow, and Chandler just loses. So,
Basically. I
and
would
also,
also.
oh, I did want to bring it up. Paddy Pimblett, most of his wins in the UFC are by submission. So
Yeah.
even if Chandler does take him to the ground, I mean, surely he knows how to defend with all these submission wins he
Hmm.
has. So,
But I feel
yeah,
like I don't know. Chandler's just too strong, bro. Chandler's too strong for him.
yeah, that is a good point. But Chandler's also smaller than him by an inch, so it's like a leprechaun fighting a.
Yeah.
a
Oh, oh, leprechaun. Now we look at the featherweight title bout main event: Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez. All right, I love Volk. Love one of my favorite fighters of all time, for sure. My goat of the featherweight division, besides Max, but like Volk's beat him like 3 times, so you
Yeah,
gotta
but
give it
Max is
to
so
him.
cool. Come on.
Max is cool. He's got the chin on him. Besides when Ilya fights. Um. Ooh, that was shade. My fault. My fault. That was too much shade on Max.
Man, come on.
Too soon.
Ilya doesn't deserve that hype up right there that you gave him.
Ilya deserves that. Ilya deserves Dustin Poirier retirement fight. Calling it now. And then you look at
I
Islam.
don't think that's gonna happen.
Islam dodging. Islam dodging. He died. He said, "Oh no, I can't. I don't want to fight Ilya. He's gonna fight somebody else." He dodging, dodging. But back to this.
I hope they give Oliveira the title fight. Whatever. That's off topic.
Off
Yeah.
topic. We'll talk about it after. Talk about it after. I give Volk this fight. I just want Volk to get back the championship. Diego's a great fighter. No hate on him. This guy's 26-6. You have Volk that's 26-4. Volk is getting older. His chin is starting to show a lot more. You could look versus him versus Islam and Taporia. Has 2 losses that have been good. But Diego, he's a young up and coming fighter. It's so hard because I want Volk to win. I'm putting my money on Volk. I give it to Volk. I think he still got it. He comes from the land down under. He got it. What we think, Brian?
Um, I like Volk too. He's a cool guy, and he is definitely one of the goats if they go to the featherweight. But maybe I'm just feeling the underdogs this card. But I think Diego Lopez is gonna win. I've seen his fights, man. He's kind of just running through everybody. Now, I mean, like the fights he has, I guess, aren't against like the best people, but they're definitely experienced fighters.
Yeah,
So
they're
it's
good
not like he's
fights
fighting
though.
bums.
Yeah, they're good
Yeah,
fights.
yeah. So I'm gonna give it to
The
Lopez.
Ortega fight, that was a great fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Lopez Lopez punching jab or no, right hand into Ortega's face, knocks him out, then punches him with a jab and wakes him back up from him being knocked out. Is one of the most insane punches I've seen in my life combos. I thought it was it. I thought Ortega was done. I thought Ortega was out, but like bro somehow lived. When Ortega comes to like close to championship level, sells. It just sells. Like it seems like he eats like 2 boxes of pepperoni pizza the day before, and then just can't win. But not saying that if you eat two boxes of pepperoni pizza you lose, but I mean I don't
They
know.
might that might be a new thing.
It might be a new thing. We might have
Don't
to
be eating
try this.
pepperoni pizza.
But I just want to give it to Volk because I just want him to win. I just want him. My boy's 5'6", basically my boy Brian's height.
Lies? Like, what is this fucking, what is this fake shade you're throwing at me? He's a liar of all time, man. Jeez.
Chat and fans. Brian Might be a leprechaun. He might be a leprechaun.
If I'm a leprechaun, dude, what does that make you? A Smurf? Like, don't talk to me.
Well, I think that this card, I think this whole entire fight card is gonna be amazing. Like I really like this.
Yeah, dude, I'm praying no more canceled fights. Like the Paredes fight being canceled is like,
It's
yeah, that sucks, but
sad.
it's whatever.
Yeah.
That's like the bottom of the main card, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
But everything else, I want to see happen, especially the co-main and main.
But now we're gonna hit back on this topic. Taporia. Where is he? Who's he gonna fight? Who? Who is he gonna fight?
I don't know, dude. It's not gonna be. It is not gonna be Dustin Poirier. I'm telling you right now,
I
that is not
just,
gonna
I
happen.
wish.
Like it'd be cool, but it's not going.
Because like I feel like Taporia can test his chin, bro. Like everybody understands that Dustin's got a chin, bro. Like this dude is diamond. His chin's diamond. But like Taporia just got that power. Like he must train with Pereira. Like bro must train with Pereira. Got stones for hands. But like, so if not Dustin and not Islam, even though Islam's dodging him because he wants him to fight, I'm pretty sure Islam said that he doesn't even deserve the rank opponent, which I don't even understand that after knocking out Max Holloway, which contends in
Yeah,
the
that's
top.
stupid.
Yeah, that's stupid.
You should take Islam off of the #1 pound for pound just for saying that.
Just
honestly.
for saying something like that. Like I will see people like on TikTok lives and like stuff like that, and they're saying that Taporia doesn't even deserve like a top ranked fighter. Which who did he just knock out? Who? The first time Max ever got knocked out in his career?
It's not even
And
honestly, even if that didn't happen, people like he was the champion in his division. What do you
bro,
mean he's not going to deserve
bro
a
beat
ranked
the
fight?
goat. Bro beat the second goat in his division. But you also got to look at Max that contends in the lightweight division. Like he's fought Dustin 3 times, and every single fight has been close. He just fought Gaethje in the lightweight division and knocked him out in the 5th round. Like, and Gaethje top 5 contender in the lightweight division. Like Taporia deserves 7 and down. 7 and down. He deserves one of those fighters for sure. Since you can't go for double champ anymore, even though Islam's gonna dodge him the whole time because he doesn't want to get cleanly knocked out, even though the first fight with Volkanovski and Islam happened, Volk should have won that fight, which that was, don't even get me started. that 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 pissed me off. Um but besides that, like Taporia, let me think of a fighter for him. If he can't get anybody, and Chandler probably loses this next fight with Patty,
I could
it's
actually
probably
I can hear messages from Dana White coming into my brain right now. That sounded weird. Hold on. Going into my brain right now.
they're calling. They're
Yeah,
calling.
he's calling me right now. And I have the lineup for the next, I don't know what events, but these are the fights that are going to happen. Fights to be made. So, Dustin Poirier retirement fight, it's going to be Max Holloway. I can already sense it. There's already been people talking
I
about it.
see it. I can see it, and in Louisiana. That's what I've been hearing. In Louisiana, he wants to make it happen. And the last fight that happened in Louisiana was like in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
Like,
And then what was it? Charles Oliveira, I think they're going to give him the title shot again against Islam.
makes sense.
I don't think they're going to give it to Sarukian.
Yeah, not
Now,
again.
I think what I'm feeling for Tofuria is one of two things: either Sarukian, #1 ranked in lightweight, or
Gaethje.
Justin Gaethje. Yep, #3. Those are the two fights I think they
That,
might give him.
or if they keep pushing him back, which I don't think they will, they'll probably give him like a Chandler or something. Like they'll give him
Ah,
somebody that is gonna have a good name, but like Gaethje or the #1 ranked, I would say that too. Because Dana's already Sarukian, like, Dana's still pissed off at him
Yeah, he's
because,
pissed.
yeah, like, he told him that he's not getting that title fight.
Yeah.
So, I could see those happening. Well,
I low-key hope they do. I mean, that's what I want to see.
it would be
I
a
really
good
want to
fight.
see Oliveira. I
Oh,
want to
yeah.
see Oliveira title fight.
Yeah, he deserves it. He's came back so much, and he has so many fights under his belt, dude. This guy's record
dude. 35
is
and 10. That is
dude
crazy.
is so many fights. But Brian, great pod with you today. Anything for the viewers at home to let them know?
Well, I'll leave them with this. To those who are saying Topuria doesn't deserve the ranked fighters, I mean, they might need to go back and take their fifth grade, like their GED, or I don't know, man, because something's not right up there. But
They need
yeah,
to stop. They need to stop sniffing the WD-40 at home or something.
yeah,
Like,
that's what it is. Yeah, sticking crayons up their nose.
yeah. So you guys in the comments and on Instagram, you guys let us know your predictions on this coming up fight. And for Topuria, who he deserves. All right, boys. I'll catch you guys later.
I step in the cage, ready to throw. Adrenaline rushing, feeling that flow. Champions fall under the glow. I'm the king, letting them know. Fight night, the lights, big green.